Rolling right now.
We're flexible. We can get moved up.
Well, everybody.
Yeah. Can you add the eighth thing? Robotics and committee members? Yeah, it's when we go to approve the agenda, just make a motion that we approve the agenda with the addition of. But no, we recess at 7:30. And then after the football game. We'll speak quickly.
That's why the NFL has an accent. Well, I have one. Did you take that from the tape? Oh, I can't. Okay, jeez, sorry. Because I have it here. Well, that's what Evan said, he was here at 20 till. And he's like, where is everybody?
Oh.
They were all charity. Stuck in there, grab a drink, and I couldn't even get into the apartment.
Really?
Yeah, it might be true, if it's not.
That's quite good. An agenda. Yeah, I'm gonna. So in a couple minutes I can chew it. I'm chewing it back. Gotta get rid of it. Why? It's really good. I know. It's really good lunch. Unstuff it.
That's gonna be fun for you.
What?
He wants to add another firefighter with the exact same name as other firefighter.
Oh, no. What's the name?
Yeah, Alex Johnson.
You already have him? Yeah. Oh, dear.
That'll make payroll easy.
Yeah.
As long as you can make them both show up at the same time and verify that they're two different people.
Oh, Alex.
Alex, Alex. Okay, everybody sees me turning off my phone, so if it goes off, you know I tried. Sometimes I have to turn it off 5 or 6 times before it turns itself off and stay off. Drives me batty.
Do you have airport mode? Or airplane mode?
No, it's not on. This is just regular mode.
Yeah, airplane mode, that's all communications off.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if it comes back on, I will do that. We'll have to show you where to do that. No, I know where, you know where that is. You have to pull down, yeah, because I've used it when I've been on a plane. Oh. So I know it's there. with that, Jim, you got your real sign now.
Yeah.
I think so.
Why don't you
Look at
stop
that.
and want this, ooh, give
Yeah.
There's so many.
You may man to get things done. Of course it's going to happen. I learned that from Carol.
1,001 ways to spell it wrong.
That's right.
Mine's not correct.
Wait, did you spell something again?
Change everybody else's terms.
Yeah, you still, you still.
No, not according to the map.
Sure?
She was thinking that day, oh, nothing is coming. Let's go.
I thought they were.
Awesome. We gotta see what it costs. We need to get that. Fixed. Pull out for sure.
Where's baby?
Over there somewhere. Over there somewhere. Yeah.
It's like feet down,
It's over by Turtle Lake.
yeah. Basically Miller comes down and then Lost Lake comes down. And then there's a neighborhood. Yeah. 300 yards down the road, there's a neighborhood right there. Yeah. Acorn Ridge, but nobody gets past that. So.
Alright. I was thinking of where I'm gonna eat for the ridge.
You probably wouldn't if you didn't live there.
Yeah, I don't think there's very many people who live on it.
Yeah.
All right, 6 o'clock. Call it into order. Invocation. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion and allow us to grow closer as a group and nurture the bonds of community. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll call when you're ready.
Davis.
Here.
Ward, here, Miller. Here. Brower.
I'm here.
Zelinski. Here.
All right. We'll open public comment at 6:01.
I'd like to just say, first off, the, agenda for tonight, I don't think is accurate. You totally left off the events committee, unless you, are assuming the events committee isn't gonna do anything, or you wanna change the bylaws again, because the bylaws say that we're supposed to do monthly reporting, so, you know, the agenda is not correct, so. Secondly, the website, the calendar's not up to date. Nicole, back on December 30th, sent an email to Rose and to the event committee stating what the Zumba and yoga classes were gonna be for the month of January. And as of this afternoon, it's still not on the calendar at all. And as I was looking back over previous minutes and stuff, I believe that, you know, we keep talking about recording the meetings and it's not being done. The minutes from November 11th are not correct, and nobody caught that last month. But partway through the meeting, you recess the meeting and the minutes don't reflect any of the recess at all. So, And the only reason I caught it is because I was going back and reviewing a recording and listening to it. So I think that the, you know, meetings need to be recorded. If you're not gonna live Zoom them, they at least need to be recorded so that somebody can review them for accuracy. Because that's not okay. I mean, one mistake, like, you know, I don't like harping on mistakes, but Peggy says one mistake should be forgiven. Great, yep. But mistake after mistake after mistake. I mean, at some point it has to stop. Also, I want to list today, as proof that I have turned in my keys to Ryan, the new president of the event committee, for this building and for Bendon.
Jim Clark, 2640 Hulbert. Just going back to some of the discussions about microphones, and so that some of the folks can hear, especially if we don't have much of a crowd here today, but I haven't heard anything about that, so I'd like to see that on the agenda. Get something.
Yeah, our IT guy's already looking into it. The guy that orders all their stuff got sick before Christmas and was out for Christmas. He came in, was that last Thursday, Jim?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Thursday. He said he'll get it to us as soon as he can. Any other public comment? Close public comment at 6:04. Approval of the meeting agenda.
Yeah, and deputy clerk hours, new business.
50 clerk hours.
Where are we putting that?
Number 8 under
Reports? No, under
new business. Yeah.
What are you putting under?
Deputy clerk hours.
Under new business,
Yes.
number 8?
And we need to add the event committee to reports.
Yep.
Oh, I already did that, same thing.
And then number 9 is
Approval of the web committee members.
website committee members.
Under reports, new business.
New business.
New business, number 9.
Move to approve the meeting agenda with the additions.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda's approved. All right, consent agenda.
On the consent agenda, unpaid bills, we need to add, number 15203 to 15207 for a total of 27,228.02.
I have a question, how come we have such a high attorney bill? We got it after the meeting last month for the previous month. So when they sent me the bill for last month, for December, they included in November. It's right here. Can I see it? Yep. It will be. There's, that's what I put in. Yeah. So the back 2 pages, I think, that they're stapled together, or they're stapled to the back of that one, or just the previous one?
Move to approve the consent agenda as is, plus the unpaid bills.
Brower,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Zelinski. Yes. Worth, yes. Davis.
Yes. All right, county commissioner?
Thanks, Dave.
Minutes?
Oh, that's just all part of the,
Yeah.
Consent agenda,
Okay.
yes.
Sorry.
Yep, that's okay.
Can I vote on
Yep.
Let's see, since last month, the sheriff's department, excuse me, the sheriff's department's hired a new deputy, and as soon as that deputy gets through field training, they're hoping to, be able to start 24-hour road patrol again, so hopefully that should happen by May. The construction on the new 911 center is on schedule and on budget, and they're hoping by the end of this month to be moved into there. Cherry Capital Connections is hoping to have their first customer signed up for the new broadband throughout the county, and first customer is supposed to be here in Inland Township. And they've also are supposed to have on their website, whether it's up and running or not, I don't know that yet, but you can go on there and check the maps to see who is qualified or who's getting it, and that's cccfiber.com. And then we had our organizational meeting last week, and where our meetings are going to remain on the second and fourth Tuesdays like they have been, and I, again this year, like every past year, tried to get them to move at least one of the two meetings to nighttime so citizens can go. And again, I was soundly defeated, so our meetings are still unfortunately at 9 a.m. It was closer this time though. Two others voted with me, so it was voted down 4-3 to move one of our meetings to 5:30. So maybe next time. The Hub Roloffs was again elected the chair, and Tim Markey was elected vice chair. And that's it.
Fire chief, he's not here. They do have a new firefighter they wanted to hire. I'll make a motion that we hire Alex Johnson as a firefighter / EMT.
the new Alex Johnson.
Yes, not the other Alex Johnson, firefighter / EMT.
Did they both spell the last name the same?
Yeah.
Good luck there, ladies.
I'll second.
And I'm assuming he did all the background
Yeah,
checks.
yes.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have brought it forward to us.
Correct.
But I just want to state that so everybody else knows the background check was done.
Yes, background came back clean.
Jim,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
sorry, Jim. Brower,
Yes. Just don't call me late for that.
Zelinski. Yes. Worth, yes. Davis.
Yes. Carries.
Unless you have something.
Yeah, that's, I did get another quote on the bathroom, but still tracking down a third. And then also looking at maybe just larger porta potties. I'll get prices on that so we can look at everything before we move forward on everything, but that's about it for parks.
For Lime Road or for
For,
Lake Anna?
Lake Ann Road, the porta potty that's there, just, I mean, they're pumping it once a week and it's still always full. So, they talked to the pumping guy, he said they make larger capacity ones. We could either look at that or adding another one or something, but
Didn't we buy this one?
Yep.
Yeah. That was not wise, was it?
I think it was, but it just was the wrong type.
It's the wrong type. But they haven't told us for any funding at all.
What's the resale value?
Maybe we could take it to
I'll
the
cut
other
you a
part
deal,
that's not used much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use like new.
Yeah.
Imagine they clean pretty clean. They didn't during construction.
I'll take your word for it.
Very.
Fire Association,
Chili cook-off, February 10th. Flyers and applications for chili in the competition are out there in the hallway. I think they probably put them on Facebook.
What are the hours?
12 to 3.
12 to 3.
Yeah, just grab a flyer on the way out. It's on the
You know
window.
who made that flyer? So I need an electronic copy.
Emily? I think, I don't know, she made it, or Cindy.
What date?
Oh,
February 10th.
the day before Super Bowl, and then, they're still checking on the date for the fire department.
Planning Commission,
So we have a meeting in December, and there's none scheduled for this month. So February maybe.
No meeting this month.
No.
And Jim didn't leave a report, so I event committee.
Ryan,
Sorry.
event committee report?
So I guess I was elected president. I was handed the keys and the books, and I've been going through them, plus a couple files here and there. So I've just been going through everything. We're gonna do a spaghetti dinner fundraiser, is the first new order of business to generate more capital to do more things for the township. So the very first thing is the spaghetti dinner. Today I went over to the Eagles Lodge, took a look at that space, kind of roughing things in with that. And then the next big event after that is the weekend before Easter, the free Easter egg hunt, hopefully in Inland Park if we can get that, for all the kids. Rain or shine, and the Easter Bunny will be there, and it should be fun. Although I think we may need more bathrooms.
I think if you let us know,
Yeah, we
we
can.
would get some.
My name?
Yeah, Brian,
Ryan, R-Y-A-N,
last name?
Presern, P-R-E-S-E-R-N. And then we're attempting to also get more members to join. My wife, who is not here right now because she's at work, but she was voted in as a trustee because we were short a trustee. So my wife is who is Amanda Liffendahl, and she's a current trustee. So we're going to try to raise membership with more people to actually at least do more physical things, not necessarily if they can't be there. We're gonna also start doing things via Zoom and or just teleconference through the meetings, and a couple other items. That's about it for right now, but the calendar is being developed and we're adding more people. Those are the first two events: fundraising spaghetti dinner at the Eagles Lodge, and then Easter egg hunt for everybody in the township and beyond.
So we have to approve your wife as
Yep.
the board. to
Yes.
join.
Yes.
But before we do that, the spaghetti dinner, you don't have a date for that yet.
We do have a rough date for that. I don't remember it off my head. It's
It's actually the Easter egg hunt is gonna be first.
that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was gonna be, yeah, I left my notes on.
I left my notes. I apologize.
I want to say April 13th, I believe, is gonna be the spaghetti dinner.
Yeah.
And the Easter egg hunt was like the 30th
The 30th, correct.
of March.
Both of them are March,
No, March 30th and then April 13th.
April 13th. Thank you.
Yeah, Easter egg hunt first.
And that dinner time is not lunchtime, it's supper time?
Correct. So it'll
So
be
5
late
o'clock-ish.
evening. Yeah, it'll be set for older people to attend and going all the way up until a roaring, probably 8:30.
Okay, thank you.
Alright. I'll make a motion that we approve, what's your wife's name again?
Amanda Liffendahl,
And the Liffendahl. to
The
Livef,
LIVEF.
Livefen.
I can get it off
Thanks, because she's gonna kill me.
I hope not.
to approve her on the event committee?
Yep.
Okay, this isn't a cold, this is a reaction to the stain that's on the door. Okay, put up.
I'll second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Alright, and then also, still,
What's that?
You have to take me off.
Oh, yeah, so remove
Rosemary.
Rosemary, please.
Resign. So we have to accept her resignation, make a motion to accept Rosemary Stowart's resignation.
Sword out.
Sword out.
Sorry, I really do apologize, I stopped calling you.
And that's why when I'm driving, I misspell it, because I can't even think of it right.
Was there a second? No, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Board member reports.
I got one. The website committee met after I did, and I'll try to be brief. There's a copy of this, or it should be on the table. The MTA, Michigan Township Association, has some interesting stuff to say about websites, most of which is be accurate with what you put up, which I'll come back to that in a second. There are a ton of potential providers out there that I basically categorized into do-it-yourself, which is really cheap except for the fact that, you know, who's going to do it. There are those that, you know, if you want to buy a Ferrari, you can, then, you know, price is no object, way beyond what we need. And then there are a bunch kind of in the middle in varying prices that really focus on government agencies, and some actually on townships and how they operate. So they're kind of turnkey, you know, here it is, that you can still modify a little bit to match what it is you're doing. And my hope is that in the next week to whittle it down to 3 or 4 that the website committee can actually review and get some demos from. We met last Thursday for the first time, just kind of a public meeting, and any meeting we have is certainly open to the public, because, you know, the more input we get, the better. I won't go over the whole list, but there were some strong themes that came out of it as far as, you know, what to do with our, you know, how can we improve our current website. And the top of the list is ease of use, not only for our residents, but also for the staff, whoever's going to be maintaining it, make it easy to use. Access to more information, right across the board, you know, just about everything, you know, what's going on with events and so forth, and news and so forth, but also easier access to all the forms that might be requested, you know, and lift some of the burden off the people that are maintaining it, primarily the clerk, well, and our fearless leader. Improve calendar details, which gets me back to one of the things that the MTA kind of put a bug in my ear. If you're going to have information, make sure it's accurate. And double checking this afternoon, in one place, we pull down the meetings and all the correct information is there, the date,
Yeah.
the time, the location. And 2 other places, specifically for board meetings, it says there are no meetings planned.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
which, you know, from the standpoint of us putting that information out there, it leaves us open to not only people thumbing their nose at us, but, you know, somebody can say, I was on the website, it said there wasn't any meeting, and you discussed something important that, you know, there was no meeting, and I went to, you know, the calendar, and, you know, it said something different, or, there are actually 2 places that it says we don't have a meeting. You know, just, so,
And it picks and chooses when it puts a meeting on there.
well,
So it's a
You have to go to
good
each spot
program?
and put it in there.
Well,
No, ours isn't set up so it does it in all the locations at once.
It's
You have to go to each location and put it in.
and,
Very, it's like when you change a phone number, you have to put it in every single page that the phone number's on.
and
You have to go to everyone.
one of the key things in more modern websites, because ours is, you know, a few years old, getting kind of long in the tooth, is they're built on databases, so you put the information in one place, and you reference it wherever you want it to be referenced. So you change it here, it automatically changes it wherever you have it placed. So, you know, specifically for meetings, you know, we can have it that, you know, ours is the 2nd Monday of the month, every month, and here's where that information lives. Makes it really easy to maintain it, makes it accurate, and also takes away some stumbling blocks. Related, it was interesting, one of the most common things related to meetings and dates and agendas and handouts, which the handouts disappeared for some reason. They were there last week, couldn't access them today. Don't know why.
They
You should email me and I would have checked.
Well,
I'm not
I
sure what
checked it
happened.
at like 4 o'clock.
Oh.
You know.
weren't there all last week.
But, meeting agendas should provide clearer, and this is more policy than it is actually website. People would like to see clearer explanation of what's being discussed, especially if a topic is requiring a vote. So, that was that. One of the other big things is people are using their phones now more than computers. It's called responsive design, but basically make the site mobile friendly was one of the big things. Other than that, and will come up in new business, we have board members, or committee members, me, Ron Thomas, Dan Chapman, Jim Clark, Laura Termel, and Therese.
Perfect.
I misread.
That was good.
So that will come up under new business. Any questions? The plan is, over the course between now and this next board meeting, is to have 3, maybe 4 vendors reviewed and us come up with a recommendation of who we should go with. So, the other small point, kind of interesting to note, is, you know, there's some concern about cost, and Rose provided all the costs of our current provider going back a number of years. Adjusting for inflation and kind of breaking it down on a monthly basis, I was really surprised. It came up to $89 a month, which is exactly the price point of one of the potential vendors. You know, so I just thought that was a curious twist of fate.
When's your next meeting?
Do not have it scheduled yet.
Alright, tomorrow at 6 is the, first meeting for the, land committee. And then also tomorrow morning, I have the, annual road commission meeting. And we are in the primary spot for, road construction this year. So I put together a list of, projects that I want to build off of what the county hopefully will be voting to do. Did I put it down there?
Yeah.
Oh, I did put it down there. So there's that. We'll do that then. All right. Any other board member reports? Okay. All right. board review appointments and MTA training. Board review, now we have Roger Hubble and Mary Dew. If there's anyone else that's interested, reach out to me. And, I will be appointing those probably in the next meeting.
Do we have people who are resigning?
Yeah, John Gibson,
Yeah.
he moved out of the township. And then, I don't even know who the alternate was. Christie. She, I haven't spoke with her. I'll find out if she's still interested in being the alternate or not.
There wasn't Sherry on there too?
No, she's on ZBA, that's
Oh, yeah, I know.
the next one. But also there is the MTA training.
When we do get a board,
Yeah,
member on there, we need, that way we just approve it, cause it's like coming up in what, February?
yeah, I gotta check and see if there's free state training though, 'cause that's what I did, was the state training, and it was free, so.
Okay.
But there is the advanced training, if any members are interested in doing that on, just, that's only March 4th. Online, for the advanced.
Yeah. Online,
Yeah. I know Mary Dew said she was interested.
so we would need to approve the training then?
Yeah.
One of the things that I saw on Tuesday is, and I should have pulled it, I can't remember the date, but I think it's like next week or something. A meeting, down in Lansing, how to deal with all the new,
The legislature
legislature
to update?
stuff, specifically the windmills and solar farms.
Is that an online one, or?
No, it's the
I think it's in person.
Michigan
They
legislature
are doing,
downstate.
they did tell me when I called about the treasurer's meeting, because I was out of town when that took place, that I wanted to attend, and they said going forward, they were gonna put all of their meetings after the fact online. You could pay a reduced rate and at least watch and learn the information.
Ah.
So maybe you can watch for that.
That would seem like something
Right.
that the, particularly the land committee,
Do you have a price on it by chance?
no.
Alright.
It seemed pricey to go attend it, you
Yeah.
know,
It's over $100.
plus
Alright.
hotel and travel and all that.
Yeah. Alright, well, we'll look into it. I'll call tomorrow and see if it's gonna be something that's gonna be online, or,
That would be preferable, I would think.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll call on that, but right now we need to, we'll make a motion that we approve, board of review training for anyone that needs it, and advanced training for any board of review members that are interested.
Second.
We're gonna cover fees,
Yeah.
or whatever that is.
Yeah, and they're all online, so.
Okay, does that need to be in the motion as well?
What do you need to do?
Well, if we have to pay a fee for it, we should approve the fee.
We have the motion on the floor, so,
Yes, just to.
so what we'll do is we can make another motion.
I'm not done making my motion.
He
People are-
seconded it.
Oh, yeah.
I,
Okay, never mind.
I withdraw my second, which I can do.
All right, David,
Yeah.
speak. Okay, so I've got board review training for anyone interested in advanced training for anyone interested.
Trying to get you to your football game. Yes. At a early bird rate of $100 per person. It's 3 weeks prior.
And when do they have to have that registered by?
Well, we have to have that.
March 4th is the latest class.
Oh.
Well, I think they go off by the first meeting in January in person.
Because we don't even have.
You mandate each.
But what if you don't get paid for whoever interested at the early third grade
It's the early bird deadline.
3 weeks before the event.
And there's like 12 dates.
Yeah.
I'd be able to find one.
And
The only one that has a single date is the advanced training on March 4th. So we should know by then if anybody wants to go. And then I still think, because the state training that you did, that was free, right? I didn't pay for that, yeah. I'm sure they'll have that coming up again before March 4 review, so probably won't use this one, but no, that one.
okay, so board review training for anyone and advance for anyone interested at the early bird rate.
Second.
Go ahead and roll call in a minute.
Brown,
You,
Miller,
Yes.
yes, Linsky,
Yes,
Worth, yes, Davis.
Yes. ZBA members, as of right now, we have Evan and Sherry. That, as far as I know, they both want to continue serving there. So I need a third. This one has to be somebody from the planning commission.
From the planning commission?
They're supposed to be from the plan, someone from the planning commission is supposed to be on the zoning board of appeals so that there's a follow, because we have, that member would report to you guys, and then you, from the planning commission, come and report to us.
Okay,
This is how,
Sherry was on.
so we learned it.
Right, she was on the board.
it doesn't have to be somebody from the board, though, it could be like Paul.
Yep.
If you wanted to be
I've
on there.
emailed him twice about it, but I don't know if I have an old email or what, he hasn't gotten back to us.
Okay.
So I was thinking about Nellie.
Well, she might,
why don't we put Jim back on the board?
You can, I mean, he's not on the
Maybe
planning
wasn't-
board though, but
yeah, there's only somebody from.
Because you have to have someone from the ZBA report to the planning commission. This is
put them back on the
This is the
planning
way it-
commission too.
work, the process that it's supposed to, the right process is.
Right.
Jim, do you wanna go back on the planning commission?
Yeah, there's only five.
What?
Well. Isn't there five votes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary Do, Paul, Laura, myself, and Nellie. Five.
You put 2 people on?
It's in
So
her-
it has to be
five.
one of those 5. Is that true? They have to have somebody from the board?
According to, well,
According to
the,
the training.
Not the board,
Yeah.
the planning commission.
Planning commission.
but, you know, Mary, you were on the planning commission, but Sherry was only on the board. So the person sitting on ZBA doesn't necessarily have to be you or somebody from the planning commission, but it should be from the board.
is it from the board or, I thought it had to be somebody from the planning
So
commission.
it was from the planning commission.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be somebody from the board. It just
We don't
has to
have
be
any
somebody from the planning commission.
ZBA stuff coming up anyway.
No.
No.
So somebody from the planning commission has to be on the ZBA board.
So we can get clarification for that, but that's what,
Yeah,
that is what was clarified,
yeah, we'll
the
get
planning commission
clarification
from the
and,
zoning training. So,
but yeah, I'll get a definite answer on that.
And everybody on the planning wants to stay on the planning.
oh, they still, yeah, as far as I know. Yeah,
Is there a reason that it's limited to 5?
Well, that's the number that we originally put on, and that's the one that's in the bylaws.
We don't have bylaw, or does the
Planning
planning
commission.
commission has bylaw?
Oh, yeah,
Are they posted anywhere?
I'm sure they're somewhere. Don't ask me
They're
where,
in there.
I'm not a computer person.
Probably not close.
Is there any reason that they couldn't change it?
Well, it'd have to come back to the board,
Well,
but
that's
I have to
process.
bring it up to them and then they would bring it to us. could ask Mary, if she'd take it to the board,
Mhm.
to the planning commission. And that's what she would do. They talk about it and then Mary brings it back to us.
So Laura could be on the
She's our middleman.
zoning.
Yep.
As well as the planning.
Take it to the planning commission and ask the thought,
I wrote, I'll ask.
the more the merrier, as long as it's odd. Number, that is.
I think we could, Jim, that would make an even number.
We don't want to even,
Yeah.
we could add
Well, we
ties.
could add Jim and Jim.
I think you can only have one, right?
Or no, one board member, because I was thinking ZBA, but,
Yeah.
all right. Anyway, yeah, we'll get clarification on that. I thought it had to be planning board member. All right, approval to publish the March Board of Review, March 11th. And budget hearing, March 11th.
Those would go in the Pioneer, whatever it's called,
Record Patriot.
record thing. Okay, you can tell I don't
It
get
is,
that.
it's for Pioneer or whatever, but yeah.
Okay, record patriot.
March Board of Review 2 days though.
I don't know, that's you.
Yeah.
Well, if we approve it now, so that it can go in there in 2 days in February.
Okay,
That's why we have to approve it in January, so we get it in the paper in March, so they go in there twice before March 11th.
okay. All right, I'll make a motion, we approve to publish, March Board of Review and the budget hearing in the Record Patriot.
I'll second.
Roll call, you ready?
Brower,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes,
Zelinski, yes, Word, yes, Davis,
Yes. Motion carries. Bless you. Approve the use of credit card to pay for the association dinner for the fire department. And then they'll reimburse us when the bill comes.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, when I do the check for the credit card, their line number automatically comes out of it.
Make a motion that we allow, the use of the credit card to pay for the fire association dinner.
second.
You should include it to say with, I mean, I know she's gonna do it, but your motion
With
would include, no, well, that and with,
Reimbursement.
reimbursement.
And I will make a motion to amend that the fire association will reimburse the township when the bill comes due.
Second.
Alright, now I'll go vote on the amendment.
Brower,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes,
Zelinski,
Yes.
Word, yes, Davis,
Yes. Motion amended. Now we vote on the motion.
Brower,
Yes.
Miller,
yes,
Zelinski, yes, Word, yes, Davis,
Yes. Motion carries. Alright, road projects. Alright, so the county is proposing to redo Fewens from 669 all the way down to Reynolds Road.
oh, yeah, that's your road, yeah.
No, that's our project.
Oh, that's our project, what are you talking about there?
So
I don't know what that is.
my first priority paving is to finish Fewens. Since they're out there with the trucks, they then continue and,
They wanna go 669 to what?
up to Reynolds.
Up to Reynolds, and
And
then
then
you
we
want,
will go Reynolds to Betsy River, so that the whole road is paved.
okay,
While they're doing, well, they're they're also doing, that
Now,
Lamb Road down to 31 from Fewens.
Dave?
Yeah.
You're not talking about the fewings between Lake Yan Road and Reynolds Road that they didn't want paved, that 3 people paid to have those sections paved because the rest of the people that live on that road didn't want to pave.
Well, I think there's new owners
Remember that,
there.
Mary?
Yeah, that,
Yeah, I remember that.
but there's several new owners on that road now who have
So-
came into this office to complain that there is the breaks
Yeah.
now. So I think that should be looked at again.
So we
Yeah.
need to, okay,
The road commission says they've already got the ability to do it.
okay,
They-
well, that's gonna.
They don't think they'll have an issue getting the waivers and
That's
stuff.
not gonna make them happy that the 3 people that paid that money have their section paved.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is.
And then while they're doing down Fewens, all of Mohawk Trace and Algonquin, which is the short roads, get those redone. And then Marl and Burnt Mill, I just wanna do like a 100-foot skirt, just to stop the wear and tear that you get when the dirt road hits the pavement road.
We're doing those, or the
Yes.
county's doing that?
These are the ones I'm getting quotes on.
Okay.
I'm not asking for approval for any, because I don't have prices.
Okay.
And then I want to do, for sure, Fewens at least to the culvert, coming off of Fewens
On Culver Road.
on Holbert Road. And then I'm gonna get a price from Fewens all the way to 31, because that's what I would like to do, I just don't know that.
Yeah,
I'm
might
sure
not
you
be
have the
able to
money.
get done this year.
Burnt Mill, I would like to do up past Garvin, just kind of include those 2 roads instead of just the 100-yard skirt. I've had a lot of people ask me about St. John's Road, so I just need to get a price on paving that. And then gravel is gonna be down south of, Turtle Lake. Miller Road goes all the way down to Ellsworth. And then, Lost Lake, just a short section to that first neighborhood back there. It'll be more than just laying gravel there, because that's really tore up back there.
Can I say that if you're gonna only do part of Colbert, can you price it the other way from 31 to the creek? Because I can show you pictures of washouts 2 and 3 feet deep along the edge of the road there when there's heavy rains. And the amount of gravel that ends up in the creek is, I mean, it's not right. We are
No.
totally polluting the creek.
And we, before you were here, we discussed that in the road commission too, and if I remember right, the road commission wants to do that as well, but they have to do something to the culvert.
That was-
So they couldn't do it right away, they couldn't do it at a certain time.
Yeah, that was the hangup, was
There was
the
something
culvert.
that has to be done on that culvert, and I
Well, they made it worse, enlarging
Can't-
the culvert in the first place. They
can't
made the
remember
washout
what it
way
was,
worse.
so. That'll be a Dave find out why.
Yeah.
Was there any discussion of Fewens west of 669?
Your road?
Yeah.
The bridge, we're still looking at, we're gonna have to replace that bridge in a couple of years. But as far as paving, no, not yet.
Because, you know, talking about washout and going into the river, you know, in any major rain, there's a 2 to 4 foot wide gully that, up on the hillside that, you know, goes down a foot to, 2 feet easily, depending on the rain.
I can have them take a look at that, see.
I mean, it doesn't have to be paved, but
Right.
there are some engineering things that could be done.
Yeah.
Dave, you said the county, was doing Fewens 669 to Reynolds, and then you started saying Lamb Road.
Oh, they're gonna do Lamb Road from Fewens down to 31.
They're paying for that part.
Yeah.
I just have one more question. So weren't Algonquin and Mohawk just recently done in the last 5 years, repaved?
Right, they're just, overlaying, they're not fully paving them. But with them, because they're, I mean, once they do this, they're not gonna be back in that area. We'll pay less just having them do it now
Just to reduce.
while
the
they're,
cost.
while they're there, than to have them come out any other year and set up in that area.
Makes
And you think you'll have these, for our February meeting?
Yeah, the board meeting's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Transfer fire department rent.
Yep. I do that, transfer it from what to what. You transfer the fire department, and they pay their rent to us before end of year, and we prove it in January sometime. For the budget year.
Okay.
Are we raising their rent? Or are we keeping their rent the same? I don't know if it's ever, I'm
That's when we talk about budget in March.
Yeah,
That's
this is
something to
from
bring up.
the last budget, we
Okay.
set
Oh, okay,
6,000.
okay.
We just still haven't made the transaction, so.
No, because we have to approve that.
Alright, so I'll make a motion that we approve the transfer of $6,000 from. Oh, that would be
Fire department?
the- Yeah. 6,300.
Yeah, 6,000.
So, yeah, from the fire department to township. What am I looking for?
The general account?
Yeah, general account.
Is this for the whole year?
Yep.
2023?
To township general.
General fund, that's what I'm looking for.
That was a motion.
Yes.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Brower?
Yep.
Miller? Yes. Zelinski?
Yes.
Word? Yes. Davis?
Yes. All right, preliminary budget discussion. Sent out worksheets to the, different departments. I'll be getting with them in the next week or two. Get everything written up minus the continue over, amounts, because that's what messed me up last year, is finished it all and didn't realize we were still spending money, so. All my numbers got changed, but, yeah, just honestly, there's been a lot of talk about, maybe us possibly increasing our hours. I don't know if that's something that people would wanna see. I welcome your public comments here, or in the next couple of months while I work on the budget, or you can reach out to me privately for anybody who wants to give input on, I mean, I don't think we're looking to go full-time, at least I'm not. But yeah, I mean, there's, you know, love to hear people's opinions on it, because I'm not sure where everybody stands on if we need to be open more or not, or how people feel. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. I'm always available by cell phone, or I'm here 8 hours a week to come in and talk with about any ideas where you would like to see money spent or less money spent. Listen to anything. All right, number 8, deputy clerk hours.
Yeah. We have training, meetings, education, 72 hours to be open for early voting. So to get everyone, I'd like to ask the board to approve for 200 hours between now and March 31st, for the remainder of the fiscal year. And that should cover all of the training that's required and all the meetings that's required and that.
What is this, the arrangement that we have now with the deputy clerk, as far as compensation and expected hours?
All hours are approved by the board unless there's an emergency or an illness, then,
So there are no hours that are.
No, she's approved at 20 hours a month right now,
no,
right?
that was through November.
So So there's nothing approved at present.
So this 200 hours is for what months?
It'll be till the end of the fiscal year, March 31st. And that way it's covered. We won't have any problems if they go work.
So that's including her working the elections?
If she is a chairperson, that's paid through the election. That's not a deputy clerk position. If the chairperson, I can work the election and get paid through the election budget as well, and I can be an inspector. Deputy clerk can be. An inspector.
Do we know if she's going to?
We're not there yet. This is just to cover deputy clerk hours as deputy clerk, not anything to do with the election, but she has to be trained in how to deal with the election stuff like I do.
And that's not covered anymore.
That's covered through the clerk's office, through my
Isn't
office.
she already trained for elections?
We have, early voting is new and everyone must have
Yeah.
new training for that.
How many hours is that?
I don't know. I have a 6-hour meeting tomorrow and then we have to go and train the inspectors and there's gonna be clerk meetings and different things like that. It doesn't mean that she's going to work that many hours. There was an issue the last time I asked for up to 20 hours a month because I had a family emergency. She ended up working over the 20 hours and got questioned, so it came to the board to approve it. And so that if there's anything that comes up between now and for the next 3 months, that would cover anything.
Just to bring you up on speed, when we went to the MTA annual conference that they hold for us, we were told about all these different things that they were changing for the 72 hours open early voting. And at that time, the rules still were not set. And they were trying to tell everybody how to do things when it wasn't even set yet. And then they'd say, this is the way we're gonna do it. And the state would say, this is how you're gonna do it. And it just threw everything else down the drain. It was a mess.
So for those 9 days of early voting, we have to have me or my deputy clerk in that office,
9 to 5?
available for those 8 hours every day for 9 days.
Did you
So
have
when
to
I
be
can't
here?
be there, no, we don't have to,
Right,
we have to be available and
To
close.
be called in, right.
Yeah, so
You
we
don't
have
have to be.
get here, but
Okay.
then if there's something comes up where I can't be here, then she's got to be here. And
It's still a mess in my opinion, because they still keep tweaking it. And,
Well, and it makes it hard to make a decision if
Well,
you
yeah.
know.
yeah, because you don't really know
No.
yet.
If you're gonna work 50 hours out of the 200 you're proposing, no,
yeah,
that seems pretty straightforward, but
Yeah, that's a big variance, because you're only here, so if it's 3 months, it's 96 hours at
Well,
top.
I'm-
She's there
that's
every
3
time
months.
you're here. That's 96 hours for the 3 months of office.
but I was just doing it to cover, so we didn't have an issue.
Well, my fear is that if we say that amount, that's what we're gonna use, right?
It doesn't always happen though.
Doesn't always, no, but, but that's a big difference.
Well, she can't always work. She goes away too, so.
well, if she goes away and
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I work around what she has to do as well.
Or-
Fine, okay. I'll ask for 10 hours a month. I mean, it's not gonna matter. I don't work her that often. I only work her during elections mostly.
And if you did 10 hours for 3 months, you're still talking 300 hours on.
10 hours.
No,
30
sorry,
hours.
30, duh, never mind.
But I have in my office right now 2,120 postcards that need to be labeled and stamped with a stamp that have to be mailed out in a week. because the state said we have to do that. It took me 10 hours to do absentee voter applications by myself. Imagine, that's only 655. But I've got over 2,000 postcards I have to mail out to every voter in our township.
3 of us did 1,000 in less than an hour, didn't we? I mean, I don't, how long does it take?
That's 3 people,
Right, but in less than an hour.
but
So
it's just me and her.
whatever, I mean, it just seems 200 seems a
So
lot.
if
that's all
there's
I'm
an
saying.
alternative, well, then let's talk about reducing them or adding them, or how, what do you think?
I would say 100 hours and you can adjust it in January or February if need be. I mean, that seems more than, February if needed, if she's all of a sudden working a lot of hours and has a lot of training. I mean, you don't have any trainings that you have, if you had trainings that you had, you could tell us she's going on these days for 8 hours this day, or she's going here for 8 hours. But
And
you
I
don't
won't have
that.
those until the 18th of January.
Right, so then let's just approve hours for January and in February till the next board meeting, and then we can adjust if needed. What do you think she's gonna use from now until the next board meeting?
20 to 30. Let's play it on the safe side of 30. Because if there's a county meeting, a county training
I'm good with
that
that.
we don't know about, that comes up,
Right, that's fine. I'll make a motion that we approve 30 hours from now until the next board meeting for the deputy training hours
I'll second
and
that.
office hours.
Oh, you weren't
I
done.
wasn't done because I said training and then it had to be
Yeah,
office
okay.
hours too.
And you said for January, right?
From
Till the
now
next
until the
board
board
meeting.
meeting, I don't have a
Next
date
board
on
meeting, okay.
it's 30 hours until the next board meeting for training and office hours. Did you second that? when
I'll
she was
second
done?
that.
Now we want to discuss this more?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
And
I
when
said
we
we.
say this,
I said we.
okay, when we say these hours, this is for any time she's in the office, just because I want to know, so we don't have this discrepancy if there's a paycheck comes through for 50 hours, right? I want to make sure we're clear of what.
These are office hours that she's gonna work, and yeah, she's gonna come in, she's gonna help me do those. Postcards that,
Office hours for elections or office hours to cover?
the office hours that I will ask her to be here.
Go ahead, roll call.
Brown,
Yes,
Miller,
Yes.
Zelinski,
Yes.
Ward, yes, Davis.
Yes. Motion carries. All right, website committee personnel.
you have a list,
Mhm.
me as chair, since I was appointed last meeting. Ron Thomas, Dan Chapman, Jim Clark, Laura Turmel, and our treasurer. Make sure they don't spend.
Sorry.
That's good.
And the public's welcome, always.
So was that a motion, Jim?
That's a motion to, put these people on the committee.
I'll second.
Just one comment. I noticed you got an even number of people for voting purposes, or it's always good to have an odd number, so you don't end up with ties.
I did that purposely, so that if there is a split, we discuss further.
So it might be a good reason why there's a split.
Because you can really go down the rabbit hole when you're talking about design and website and what should be included and so forth.
True.
This is really gonna come to mostly a recommendation of who to go with as far as a vendor. And the truth of the matter is, while the committee is bringing this information forward, I'll also be talking to all of the staff. Well, one is gonna be on the committee, but I'll be talking to these two from the standpoint of, you know, people that are most likely gonna be behind using it. One of the other concerns was, you know, if we get something that's, if we, you know, eyes bigger than the stomach kind of thing, if we have too many features that are, you know, oh, it'd be great to have all this, who's gonna maintain it? Setting it up to begin with should be relatively easy, because they all profess to be very helpful and get you going. But maintaining it and actually running it is gonna come down probably to these two, unless we decide that, no, maybe we need to hire, you know, like we have a zoning administrator, maybe we need a website administrator. I'm not suggesting it, but that's, you know, one of the things that was talked about. And I think if there really is a deadlock on something that's as important as the face of Inland Township, we need to discuss further. You know, there are 12 jurors on a grand jury that can be deadlocked, and I think that this is a case where if we have a deadlock, we need to keep talking.
Okay. Just curious,
No, good point.
because I know usually they say have an odd number,
Mm-hmm.
but, okay.
This is an A's one.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Did you vote?
Motion carries.
I didn't hear you.
Much for her.
Alright. Business to come before the board.
I have one small thing, if nobody else has. So we have $13,081.47 in state savings account. We are earning a 0.05% interest rate on that, which literally our year-to-date interest amount that we've earned is zero, which I know is only 1 month, but nonetheless, you would think you would earn some interest on $13,000. I would like to make a motion that I withdraw this money from state savings and move it to our IntraFi sweep account at Honor Bank. I'm trying to condense the banks and make us as much money as we possibly can.
Is that more than Michigan class?
We make slightly less at the
Michigan
sweep account, no, we
Oh,
make
the
less,
sweep
but the
account.
money is protected there, it is not
It's all
Michigan class.
guaranteed.
It's all guaranteed, 100% guaranteed there. So you get paid a little bit less, but we did just transfer $20,000 from the general fund into Michigan class, so we have more money already invested in Michigan class. So in my opinion, I think that we should not put all of our money into Michigan class, because if something happens in the economy bad enough, it's a business and we would lose all of our money.
So you're moving it from savings
State
to
savings
to honor savings,
Yes,
Okay.
honor sweep account, honors interest.
so it would be in our general fund money then.
It would be. It is general fund savings, so it
Yeah.
would be staying in the general fund, just a different bank.
Is there anything else to be mentioned?
Let me do it.
Can you repeat it for me?
I'll make a motion that it could be slightly different, so I'm just gonna
It's
say.
okay, just,
All right, I make a motion that we withdraw the money from the state savings account and move it to the Honor Bank IntraFi sweep account.
And what was the amount again?
I'm not
16?
giving an amount for this,
Because
because this I printed 2 days ago and it could be pennies different. So we're just gonna save the money there, I'm gonna close the account.
Now, is that all we have at state savings?
No, we still have a CD there, but it's not earning any interest, but we will pay penalties to withdraw it from and keep it till the date that it expires.
It's roughly
Do we have a second? Roughly 13,000.
Roll call when you're ready.
Brower,
Yeah.
Miller, yes, Selinsky,
Yes.
Worth, yes, Davis.
Yes.
All right, and then this was,
Yeah.
was it 10% or something?
yeah,
Go ahead.
partial, remember we had the, partial, tree service gave us the quotes for the 2 cemeteries. They are offering until the 19th, a 10% discount if we want to move forward with them. So I
And what
was
was,
bringing it to the board. It's, they're offering a year-end special from now until January 19th, 10% discount on all 2023 proposals that have not yet been accepted. So the 2 cemetery ones that we did, you haven't seen them?
This was, so we got an inland
November.
township friends and family, even bigger discount because we're neighbors.
I know, right?
Which one, I don't, we know which.
This one
cemetery
is inland cemetery.
Inland cemetery.
And this one is stagecoach cemetery.
And what are these cost again?
$1,720 for stage
No,
coach.
no, no,
No?
no. Back here.
$2,940.
2,940, and
So-
that's stagecoach.
Yeah,
Yep, and then inland is 1,855 minus the 10%.
How many more trees do we have left there to cut down?
I saw tape around too.
What happens to the wood?
no, this isn't the right price,
No.
David. This is the stump grinding. This is
Oh.
the price here.
Okay.
The price is $35.20,
And I'm sorry, say it again?
$35.20
35,
plus $250 plus $18.55 for inland. It was just something they sent over and I just wanted to bring it up. Doesn't mean we have to take it.
Well, why are we taking all these down?
See, it's, say, there's issues over there, some of them, I went with, Mr. Thomas's wife. And I showed her what I wanted to take down and we talked about it and we either agreed or we didn't agree and we didn't do it. So these are trees that, were interrupting other grave sites. They're pulling up the headstones.
Okay,
Or they're interfering with, they're just like clumps of trees.
okay.
Like last year, we pulled out a bunch of bushes that were just totally useless and that, so.
so the total for inland then would be 5,625,
Okay,
and stagecoach is 2,940.
Mm-hmm.
did that include
Okay.
stump?
No, there is.
1720 plus the 2940. This is for this,
Tree removal
this is for this,
is $1,720.
and then this one,
Tree removal and pruning,
because there's like one that has a funky limb on it.
okay. So are these each separate costs or this?
This is for this, with that wood on those trees, and then this is to,
So there's an extra $200 cost
this is a
for
log pickup, because they can't,
tree removal and or pruning.
right,
Log pickup, so $200. And then
the
stump
stumping.
grinding, the stump grinding alone is $2,940. I got really good at stump grinding. That one threw a rock in
And
the.
in that one, there's no electric, so you don't need to pull a permit. You could go do that.
So stagecoach is more than 2,940?
Yes,
So what else do we have to add to?
$2,940 plus $1,720 plus $200.
Okay,
It's really the removal of 3 trees, a spruce, an elm, and a cedar.
okay, so stagecoach then would be 4,860, and inland would be 5,625.
When you look at the first page of your inland township,
So,
cemetery one,
is that something you guys wanna consider or not? Like I said, I just told him I'd bring it to you and see what you wanted to do.
Would you ask Rose?
On the first page of your proposal, it talks about, chipping and removing all material and all that stuff, so why are they charging you separate stump grinding? When on the first page it says it's all included.
They just broke it down. They cut the trees and then they come back
No, I get that.
after that
But on
to
the
grind them.
The chipping and all that is of the, branches and limbs, and stuff like that.
Right.
Stump removal
But the
is
stump
separate.
removal is separate.
But
And they,
it says chip and remove all material on the very first page
Right.
as part of the total. And then you have another page that is separate. So there's
it all cut material.
adding it
The
twice.
other page
Yeah,
is the
I think you
stumping.
can cut the tree down, chip it and remove that stuff, but the stump is still there. They just shot a proposal to us, do we do any negotiating?
Not really. We're supposed to be getting other quotes. I don't know if they gotten back to anybody.
No. No, but I just thought I'd bring it up. They sent the,
But if they gave us 10% off of the totals that we have here, we'd be saving $1,048, maybe $49.
Is the quote 10% off? Is the quote with the 10% off or is 10% off?
It's 10% off those quotes.
yeah.
Well, I think it would be awfully nice to save some money. I mean, otherwise, that fee is going to be there anyway. It'd be nice to get 10% off.
Oh, the fee's there, but we haven't received another quote.
Right, and they may be 15% off of this quote, we don't know.
Well, I did call 3, had 2 show up. One didn't, Marshall sent me the stuff, the other guy didn't send me any information, another guy didn't show up, so.
What, by when do you need? to
There
make
were
this
3.
decision?
19.
19?
So, it was just to bring up, that's
Well,
okay.
maybe we could call them and ask them to give us till our next board meeting, so we could try to get another quote, at least another quote.
Or 15%.
And the other thing I need to bring up is I have to spend over $1,500 in postage, so it's gonna cost me $1,122 to mail those postcards out there. It's gonna be reimbursed after we pay for it. I send my receipts to the state and they reimburse for it. And I still need 600
For stamps.
extra ounce stamps for the ballot. So that's another $426, so. Just to let you know, I'm gonna,
426 or 600?
for 600 stamps, it's 426.
Oh.
And for 2,200 postcard stamps, it's 1,122.
So what's the total amount?
1546.
48.
Yeah.
48.
Are you using like real stamps?
Yeah.
Isn't there a postal machine that you can get from the United States Post Office that automatically puts the postage on it and runs the stuff through for you and stuff? Like, I know if you go to the post office, they have them and you can just get it and it doesn't cost as,
They've never allowed me to do that in their office. I go there for every election to buy this stuff. This is postcards that have to be mailed out by the state of Michigan said I had to mail them out but they are reimbursing us for the postage.
Okay, cause the postal
Yeah.
machines that you can run the stuff through, they'll give it to you and then it's like a credit card account where you just charge it up and you literally just run them through and it puts a little printed thing on there.
Yeah, I know what it does.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm aware of them, but,
I was just trying to save you.
that post office never
Now,
has
you can-
tried to save us
You
money.
can buy the machine and you
Yeah.
can load
They're
it
not
up
from the
like a
post
credit
office.
card.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, so,
No, we gotta pay
So most of them you gotta pay for.
There's a monthly
Yeah.
rent.
but
I used to sell them.
I mean, I was just
Yeah.
thinking it would save you time and probably maybe a little bit of
Not
money.
that expensive of a machine, I mean, I do think it's worth looking into, because that's, when I sent out the monthly statements and bills, the lumber company, when I did their accounting, they,
Yeah,
we had one, and how it worked is you bought the machine, and you put like $500 on it,
this,
and the
those
machine
post-
told you when it was out of money, and then you had to put more money on it.
these postcards are a
Credit
one-time
card.
thing,
But it's a yearly thing.
not
an
these
election
postcards.
one. Well, any mailings that you do, you can do any mailings you do.
Yeah,
Don't they have one maybe at the county?
but this is actually all gonna stop after this year because,
What's gonna stop?
the postage, because the, absentee, ballot envelopes, you get one that I mail to you and then
Yeah.
there's one inside, they're both gonna have, postage on them. It's our-
We still send out tax notices and.
They go out from the county.
Oh, they go.
Yeah, these are,
I move that we approve up to $15.50 for the clerk to use as postage.
Which will be reimbursed by.
yeah, the state of Michigan.
We have to include that language.
I don't think we have to include that language.
No?
No, it automatically.
It comes automatically from the state.
I have to send them the receipt and they send it back.
That's nothing that we do.
It's just a reimbursement. Up to $15.50 for clerk,
For postage.
for postage.
Yeah.
I'll second.
Okay. Questions? Ready? Okay. Brower,
Yes?
Miller,
Yes.
Zelinski? Yes. Ward, yes. Davis?
Motion carries.
I'll ask for any more money.
Anything else? Go ahead and reopen public comment at 7:21.
I have a question, especially when we're talking about deputy clerk and extra hours. I was wondering if the board has any issues or thoughts about our last November election when the deputy clerk refused to do her duty. One that she basically took an oath that she would do her duty. And I have a concern that I'm turning around and saying, well, I'm just not gonna do it because I don't agree. What happens if there's an election that the clerk can't work and the deputy clerk says, well, I'm not gonna do it because I don't agree with what's on the ballot? What are we gonna do? I understand that our administrator got pissed off because one of our poll workers tried to put some sort of lawsuit on her. I don't know the details. Any thoughts, any concerns?
Well, I'll tell you mine. I completely support, Katie. I
She did a
am
great job.
behind her 100% and I will fight for her no matter what, because she did nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong.
Well, oh,
Just, you know, and with what that thing about somebody doing a lawsuit, I do not agree with that at all. And I've told them that, and I've told them I will not support that.
what about our deputy clerk?
We can't choose for deputy?
We
So-
can't,
No.
she's an employee and we can't force her
Our
to work.
deputy clerk.
I know.
the one that didn't do her job.
Because she's an
Right, we
employee,
choose her though.
she's an employee, and you can't force her to do, well,
She's.
we worked that. Tammy said that she didn't have to do that, she doesn't have to, she didn't have to, so Tammy had gone through that, so.
Tammy hired her?
Tammy hired Katie.
No.
Tammy
We talked-
hired Katie because our deputy was.
Our deputy
Right.
did not.
And our deputy has the right to say that.
So is
Katie
that,
had the right to say that as well.
so is that lady still our deputy or whoever it is?
Yeah.
Why do we do that?
Because we don't have a choice.
No.
Only the clerk gets, the clerk by law,
No.
and just like I by treasurer law, gets to choose our deputies.
Okay.
You don't choose your deputy?
Yes, she
Yes, my
does.
deputy. I get to
She
choose my,
chooses her deputy.
yes, I choose
So does
mine.
Dave.
We pay for her deputy.
Yes, we
We
do.
pay for your deputy.
Yes, you do.
You're telling me that the county clerk says we can't touch this deputy.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
do
we
we keep
can't.
her?
I know.
It's like the
it's way it
treasurer,
goes.
So if I have a concern about this,
if
deputy
the
clerk,
deputy
I take it to
treasurer
the county
refused to
clerk?
work.
No, the only person you can take it to is here, because the county clerk has nothing to do with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but
Right.
you're telling me something different.
No, I'm saying that there's nobody who can, according to MTA and the laws, right, we get to choose our clerks. Now, if you are, like, if you just don't like my clerk and you think she's horrible for this township, and you wanna take that out on me because I chose her, and you don't think she's trustworthy or nothing, then that's your only recourse, really.
But no.
I don't,
We're talking two different things.
I don't
I'm
think
talking
so.
about deputy clerk.
Yes.
The deputy clerk that our clerk chose,
yes,
or the deputy treasurer that you chose,
Right.
that you guys voted on
No,
to say,
we don't, they
She's
don't have
okay.
to vote.
they don't get voted in.
Oh, they
so,
don't.
but, okay,
We have, what we do,
But-
Jim, is we
but
tell
it's-
that, we let them know who it is, they don't, but they have to approve the hours.
okay. But you're the one who hired her, and you're the one who hired yours.
Correct.
Correct. If you don't like that person, or something's going wrong, you have the right to say, hasta la vista.
Right, I can get rid of mine.
Okay.
And they
goes
can
back
tell
to
us
my-
they won't work, they can
Goes-
tell us they won't work with us, they don't
Well,
agree with
if
it.
an employee comes to me and says, I'm not gonna do this job, and I ask them why, well, I don't agree with this, or if it's a religious thing, I might say, okay. But if employees comes to me and says, for whatever reason, they're not gonna do their job, I'm gonna say either you do it or you're fired.
I couldn't tell her that because the recall was on me, I could do nothing with the election. I understand what you're saying too, Jim. You're
But
wanting me,
this is after the fact, this is after the election. We have the deputy clerk that says she's not gonna do her job.
after the election, she said that?
No, we are now
You're at,
after the
okay, you're
election.
speaking of this.
Before
this
the
time.
election, she says she's not gonna do her job. Why aren't we saying something to her? Why aren't we holding her feet to the fire? Because what happens if there's another time that you're not available, and she says, well, I'm not gonna do it. What's,
That's the same thing that could happen to Therese.
Well, I would
But-
personally get rid of my deputy. If my
But-
deputy
Well,
ever did that to me, I would
Right.
get rid of her, and I'd find somebody who I,
so I'm asking the board, and I guess I'm asking you now, Rose, what are you gonna do about it?
I hadn't thought about that.
I'd like you to think about it.
Well,
Is it-
I appreciate you
I
bringing
don't-
that up, Jim.
I don't,
And,
you know,
you know, if you would have brought that up to me in the office one day and given me something to think about, that would have been fine, I would have appreciated that too,
well,
so.
hearing all these hours coming up, it's just kind of, I've been dealing with other stuff by the end of the year that
Yeah.
I haven't been 100%. So I would like you to think about that strongly before we invest in more training hours. That at least sit down with her and say, hey, look, you know, you may appreciate her loyalty, which is different, but she's taken an oath to do a job.
That's something now that end of year is over and all that other stuff is out of the way and, yeah, that,
Can I try to recap, just so it's clarified in my head?
it's not fair.
The township has employees, and our supervisor is basically head of employment management, correct?
Not when it comes to deputy clerks.
No,
Or
Diane's
Diane.
on there, just our employees. And we have recourse. You're not doing, you don't show up for work, 5 times, you've gotten warnings, you're fired. Whatever we had them doing. People on this board, there's no employment process. The only way you can fire us is at the ballot box, correct?
Yes.
So,
No, there's actually a couple.
so the employee, there is a special class of employee that's not really an employee, they're deputies to elected officials. And so they fall under kind of an odd appointment that we, even if they came and did horrible things and, just, everyone agrees that their job is bad, but my deputy that I appointed, nobody can touch until I lose at the ballot box.
And
And that's like, I had election inspectors who refused to work because I wasn't working too, so it wasn't just my deputy clerk, there were other individuals who did that. They came to me and said, I'm not gonna work because of this, and
So what,
so what do I,
what recourse would the public have over this situation? How could they control it as we are paying her wage?
Not until the ballot box, or yell at us for approving
Okay.
hours for something.
But still, if the board, if Rose comes up, I wanna pay da-da-da-da-da, or police, I wanna pay my clerk, or my deputy. If you say, or you folks say, we're not gonna pay her anymore, what is she gonna do? What will
Right.
they do?
That's true.
it's like I was willing to negotiate with Therese, I
Well,
think,
that's-
on the
It
hours.
wasn't just
that was-
me, it's
So,
everybody
It's
does
just
it.
you know,
something
Right.
different, and
I don't think, that's the reason why, that is part of the reason why I didn't want to give her all those hours, but she does need a deputy, and that deputy needs to be trained,
Absolutely.
so
I'm not
I don't wanna
debating-
give her any more than I absolutely have to.
I'm not debating
but
the
if
need.
Therese would have came and talked to me about that,
Well, I didn't think of it the way he did like that until he said that the way that he said it.
then we could have discussed that.
I think it's an interesting and valid point, and something that, might warrant further conversation at next month's meeting
Well,
when,
there you go, cause we don't have
when
to.
the hours come up again.
Yeah.
That's
Might not
all-
need them,
That's all I was looking for, was
might not need them.
discussion about it. It's,
Good
Yeah.
points.
it's
Mhm.
very concerning.
But I do appreciate that, Jen.
for clarification, like, you don't have to answer to Dave for anything. Rose doesn't answer to Dave, Dave doesn't answer to you. You all are individuals, you don't,
We all,
Dave's not, like,
we should all answer to you guys.
Right.
exactly, you don't, like, Dave can't tell you what to do, you can't tell Dave what to do.
No, I
Dave can't tell
We don't
Rose
have
what
to
to do.
No.
Well,
Right,
technically,
yeah.
Right.
you all can't tell each other what to do.
It's
You
just,
all have
it's,
your own statutory duties.
it's just like the agenda. Actually, I'm not responsible for the agenda, but I'm the one that gets slammed for it.
Well, maybe if you're not, maybe we need to look at exactly what everybody's statutory duties are before this next budget, and maybe we should look at reassigning them if you don't wanna do it.
Well,
and
I'm
if
just
you're
saying
not
the
doing
agenda
it,
is no
maybe
one's
all those
statutory
non-statutory duties, maybe they should be reconsidered, and who does them, and what they earn for doing them.
That's the cemeteries, FOIAs,
I
so are we at
passed-
public comment?
I passed some information that I drew off of MTA as part of duties, board duties, for informational purposes. So,
Well, I think Therese brings up a good point, because in business, there's the financial budget, and there's also, and I'm forgetting the term for it, an hourly budget of, where are you gonna put your time? You know, cause if you have employees working 40-hour weeks, there is a hard limit on, unless you're hiring more people, which, you know, depending on workload, you figure out, you know, we need part-time, full-time, whatever. I think you bring up a good point of, you know, what is the load that everyone's taken on in,
That's why I want a policy procedure manual looked at again.
well, I definitely think it needs a look, and, you know, and again, adding, you know, I don't know if the change in website is gonna add more time or simplify it.
I'm sure it will add more time.
Well,
Well,
this one takes so much time to add one thing, to upload one thing to that website.
All right, but
Okay,
we,
let's go back, yeah, we already talked
Yeah.
about, yeah, that's a good answer. Good job.
One quick thing, I believe the event committee was looking for, I'll say, I'm looking for a list of the businesses within Inland Township. Would that be something that we could get from you guys?
yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Congratulations.
That's all.
What days you guys meet?
Whenever, and sometime in the future, it doesn't need to
Well, I
be.
know, what would be your monthly date of meetings?
Oh, the first Thursday, sorry, I misunderstood the
Meet on
question.
Thursdays,
Yeah,
Here,
in this room,
first Thursdays
Yeah.
at 6.
yes.
And then public.
Oh, are we done with public comment? I'd like to make a public comment, okay. So I've been thinking a lot since this meeting has taken place, and I'm sorry I didn't say this earlier. And it may be too late, I don't know, and we'll have to discuss it then later, but with the error in that we all approved, every one of us missed it,
The event committee.
no, no, I didn't miss that. The recess at the last meeting. In all of the discussions that we've had, I've gone home and I tried to remember everything because so much happens here. I think it's very important that until we can get these meetings videoed, that we at least record them. We bought a recorder to do them. I think that we need to start recording them again because I would like to listen to them again. And I don't understand why we don't. And then one other comment. Can you please look at that toilet? It is so annoying.
Is
And
it
it's been
still
running in my,
running?
yes. It just stopped for a second here, but it ran through this whole meeting.
Dave, hire the maintenance guy.
I can just hear it here. And I've asked him
Name isn't Prince
before.
Albert, is it?
This is running.
It's all jokes, sorry.
I didn't over my head. I didn't catch
I
that.
didn't catch it either.
So those are my public comments.
Any other public
An
comment?
auditor too tonight.
You're running, maybe.
Right. You look like you had a question. All right, public comment, close public comment. At 7:36, we have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Can we start recording?
What time?
I know that.
7:36.
7:30.